I am here today with Zoe and Samantha. Yesterday I woke up in the morning and there was a very disturbing video. There was a homeless man in San Clemente who had been approached by what I now know is the homeless outreach sheriffs. He was thrown to the ground. There was two of them. They were wrestling, and I saw the video from many angles, and then he was shot. And you hear the shots. I mean, of course, this is San Clemente. This is in our own backyard. And so I started to get as much information as I could, and I thought, okay, what can I do? So I reached out on Instagram, and this beautiful girl here, I think saw my story, or I think I might have tagged you.
Yeah. My name's Zoe. I work with an organization called OC Protest Community Coalition, which is just in Orange County. We do a lot of mutual aid, legal advocacy, protesting, obviously, and just support our community in any way that we know how. In order to correct some of these issues that we see with class and race and sex in our own communities.
I'm Samantha. I'm with the People's Coalition, but also we're part of their coalition. We're focused on political education as well as mutual aid, and also just for reference, we no longer refer to our unhoused folks as homeless. No, it's totally okay.
We're all working on it.
Everyone's working on it.
All the time.
Prefer unhoused or houseless.
Okay.
Because everyone can have a home. You can find home within others on the street, and they feel at home with each other. Mm-hmm. So we don't say homeless, we say houseless, because they just are missing the literal physical building.
So thank you, because I just learned that. I wouldn't have known that. So houseless
or unhoused.
I actually learned that recently from Sam.
And
so
that does make more sense, because what makes a home isn't necessarily
the building.
Yeah, that does make a lot of sense. So
Absolutely.
thank you for teaching us that.
Yeah.
You were telling me yesterday that there is a Orange County houseless outreach, although that's not the word they use, my understanding. They still say homeless. When I hear that word, I in my brain go, oh, they help the homeless, houseless. But what I learned from you yesterday is that's actually not true, that you have been ticketed for distributing water when we had a horrible heat wave, food, personal protective equipment.
They're called homeless liaisons, which is just like a separate police force whose entire job is to police the unhoused community. So primarily what they do is they ticket unhoused folks for doing things that are against the rules, like
having an umbrella in Civic Center in Santa Ana is illegal.
Having bike parks can be illegal.
Creating any form of shelter. So like even having a blanket up propped over like a bike is a form of shelter, and you will get ticketed, and it's over $1,000.
Do you know if the liaisons have any education in mental illness or substance abuse disorders?
I think they have the standard education of our sheriff's department, so they don't get additional training.
Because when I saw that video yesterday, the whole interaction to me was, why aren't you trained in your job?
And it's really unfortunate, because the whole idea of like giving care to the unhoused community is just like not on the table. I was telling you yesterday that even the social work organizations that are allowed to provide services for them are held accountable to the police.
What are you guys trying to do to help? And then also, what is anyone who's watching this right now, what can we do to help?
So what we're trying to do is help with mutual aid. 2 to 3 times a week, we go out there, we provide food, we're providing hot meals, providing hygiene. We are taking requests specifically from the people. So if somebody asks for a large shirt, we get large shirts. We don't want anyone to go out there and do this themselves, because
And you were saying you get ticketed for doing this.
You can get ticketed.
Okay.
No, we haven't yet.
Okay.
None of our folks have, but we know people who have before, and there are laws throughout Southern California that allow them to ticket you for feeding, clothing, or providing water for houseless folks.
And if you want to make a monetary donation, where would you make it to?
So there's several places to do that. OCP, we handle a lot of the financial stuff. And so we have OC Protests. You can just find us on Venmo. Or you can go to our website, which is ocprotests.org. And there are several ways to donate. One of the big ways is we've recently created a sustaining option, so people can donate monthly, so it can just be a reoccurring payment.
Okay.
The smallest one is of $1. and we are planning to create more tiers so people can donate whatever they can monthly if they want to continue to sustain our efforts.
Be a part of it. And then do they get updates on how the community's doing?
Yeah, so you can join, it's called Joining the Family on our website, and you can get newsletters. We send out newsletters essentially as frequently as we need to. So anytime we have services that need to be met, anytime we need volunteers, anytime something great has happened in our community, we put together a newsletter, and it's the whole coalition. So any of the orgs that want to reach out to them.
So I thank you guys so much. We are going to have all of the links to how you can help. And then I'm also going to do a question and answer on my Instagram feed so people can ask questions and then I'll send them to you.
Great.
And if maybe later down the line, once we get a little more started, we'll do an Instagram live. I would do that where people can type in their questions.
That's wonderful.
Because I will say, the one thing that I've noticed out of all of this is that the people that are enacting the most change right now are young people. And I am so proud when I look at you guys for doing this because you have such passion and you are just so knowledgeable beyond your years. And so I do say thank you guys so much for doing the hard work. Thank you for being feet on the ground. I really do admire you guys for all of this. So thank you.